Garcia Pro Hunter Shock here. I want to talk about my favorite rod in the Abu Garcia lineup, the Veritas series. I have a ton of confidence in this rod. It's one of the first rods I've ever used, and it's grown with me throughout the years. And there's so many great characteristics on this low price point rod. First is the foam handle. Has a great locking seat for your reel that's going to keep it secure at all times. Moving all the way up to the bait keeper here, it's a very unique bait keeper that you can slide your Texas rig in, not having to unhook it from your plastic. All the way up to the blank, it's 30-ton graphite. It's super light, strong, and durable, very sensitive, and the titanium guides are light and also very strong.
I'm Pepe Gonzalez in Key West, Florida, part of Penn Pro staff. I've been playing around with the Battle 3s for the past few weeks, and I am so impressed by this reel. I highly recommend it. When I first got the Battle 3s and we started testing them, I was right off the bat impressed by the full metal body that it has. I mean, you know, you just want something that lasts, something that is meaty like this. The Florida Keys, we have so many species. You know, one day we're offshore targeting sailfish, snappers, groupers, then we come inshore, we got tarpon, permit, and everything in between. We carry about 14 rods, and these rods have to be able to do different jobs, not just one thing. And these reels capture that perfectly. What I like the most about the Battle 3s is that they've taken advice from professional fishermen and build a product that is for the full spectrum of fishermen, whether you're a beginner or a pro. For this price point, you cannot get a better reel in the market. One of the biggest changes in this reel is the CNC machining of the gears. So what that does is it cuts the gears out of one solid piece of metal, and that makes it so much smoother and better and stronger. One of the most important parts for me, and for probably all fishermen, is a smooth drag. And the HD100 drag is just simply incredible. The Penn Battle comes in 10 different sizes, but they also have 3 sizes, the 4000, the 6000, and the 8000 that come in high speed. I really like the high speed reel, especially when I'm deep dropping on the wrecks, and you know, you don't want to take forever reeling it back up. The name Penn is known worldwide as being the best in fishing. This is the 3rd generation of the Battles, and you can see how in every different step, every different generation, the amount of work and thought that gets put into it, it really comes from fishermen and people that really want you to have the best product available on the market. The Battle 3 has the guts and the drag to handle serious abuse. So if you want something that lasts, something that is dependable, something that every weekend when you get off work and you want to go get a tarpon or get some dinner, this is a reel that's going to perform for you. This is not something that 2 weeks later is going to fail apart.
Have you ever thought to yourself, maybe you should quit tearing up the grass so much? Or did you ever think you should be a little more gentle with your stuff? Maybe get one of those fancy fishing shirts with a collar. Or you could buy a real slick bass boat with all that sparkly paint like the pros have. Or what about only fish for trout? Forget bass even exist. Did you ever think about that? Maybe you could get one of those electric chainsaws because they're quieter. You could go buy one of those fancy fire pits instead of the old barrel. You ever thought about eating more vegetables? Maybe eating a little less meat? Yeah, that's what I thought. Neither have we.
Hey everybody, Al Noriker here with KastKing with another brand new launch of new products from KastKing. It's been hundreds already in 2019, and now the new Crixus series of graphite, spinning, and casting rods is on the way to you right now. Now in the new Crixus series, there's 20 different rods, actually 13 different spinning and casting rods, and combos, spinning and casting. Now in this series, these are all 2-piece rods. These are all IM6 graphite blanks, very, very thin, light, sensitive, but because it's IM6 graphite, it's also extremely durable. You're going to really love that part of these rods. When it comes to components, boy, I tell you, we've used great components here. These are stainless steel frames with zirconium inserts, which, is really important because most of us now are using braided lines or super lines of some type, and they can be very hard on guide rings that aren't as hard as zirconium. So we've upgraded these to stainless frames and zirconium rings just for that. Now the reel seats, these are all graphite reel seats, very comfortable in your hand. The KastKing models have a nice trigger so that when you're flipping or pitching or just need extra power to set the hook, that trigger reel seat can really give you that advantage. As far as the handles go, these are my favorites. I've used these on a lot of our rods. This is our super polymer golf style slip resistant handle. It's very comfortable when it's dry, great for all day fishing, but when it gets wet, it's also slip resistant. There's EVA foregrips and EVA fighting butt. Really great components, finish this rod off and really give you an exceptional value. So let's recap a little bit here. New Crixus, 20 models, actually 13 rods spinning and casting, and combos available with the great Crixus spinning reel and the great Crixus casting reel as well. Incredible components, stainless frames, zirconium inserts, graphite reel seats, super polymer handles for slip resistance. And even with all those features, all that performance, these rods are still under $60 for virtually every model, not counting the combos. It's going to be one of our top sellers. It's an exceptional value and a really true performance rod. That's Crixus from KastKing brand new. I'm Al Nork. I'll see you in the water really soon. Go find yourself a Crixus.
The Rigged and Ready X5 Adventure comes protected in its Cordura travel case, and inside you have this sleeve. Now the really unique thing about this rod is that it can be used for so many different purposes, and all you have to do is just configure these sections in a slightly different way. Now in its entirety, this rod delivers 5 different fishing options, from multiple lure fishing weights to bait fishing and even all the way to fly fishing, and I'll show you just how that works now. So this is what the rod looks like when it's been put together in its general sort of lightweight lure fishing configuration. So in terms of lure fishing, this rod can be used for a whole range of different things, from jigging to spinning to even more. So when this solid fiberglass tip here is inserted into the end of the rod, the cast weight is 0 to 15 grams. And then you can very quickly just pop that out and put the short tip in, and all of a sudden your rod is shorter, and then it delivers a cast weight of 15 to 40 grams. So with one rod you can cover any cast weight from tiny little lures all the way up to 40 gram, which is an ideal situation for when you're traveling and when you're fishing and you only want to take one rod with you but have a variety of different lure fishing options. So what is completely unique about this rod as well is that you can also fly fish with it, and if you look at this eye you'll recognize this from fly rods, and this just slides straight into the same section there. And there you have a fly fishing rod, nearly. There's one more adjustment to make. You come down to this end section of the rod, you take this section out, pop this out, pop that back in there at the other side, and that into there, then all of a sudden the reel seat is conveniently located exactly where you need it to be for a fly reel. So if you want to do bait fishing and you need an extra sensitive tip, then that's where this one comes into its own. And again, take the short tip out there and you just slide that in, and all of a sudden your rod is appropriate for a whole new range of fishing. Now just so you can see, this is what it looks like with the Rigged and Ready fly reel in the fly fishing configuration. And this is what it looks like with the Rigged and Ready RR3000 fixed spool spinning reel. Now this rod can be used for beach fishing, general sea fishing, trout fishing, lake fishing, river fishing, all sorts of fishing really, which makes it a perfect solution for any holiday destination.